Hi guys, so we're back at home training, but that doesn't mean we can't train. Today we're going over a position which you've probably heard of, and it's turtle. But what we're going to look at is why to use turtle, how to use turtle, when to use turtle, and the two main movements from turtle. So then when you back you up, you understand. So the first thing I want you to, when we talk about turtle, it's just like when you say spider guard or open guard, say turtle guard. Because if you use the term turtle guard, that'll help you understand the point system a little easier. Because if you go to turtle when somebody is passing your guard, you will not give up points. So that's why it's very important to know what turtle is and how to use it. So let's just say Ruby's having a match with me and I'm playing, say, seated guard, and Ruby's passing my guard. If Ruby passes my guard and just goes straight to side control and I couldn't stop her from passing, Ruby holds this for 3 seconds and she will get 3 points. 3 points is a lot of points in a jiu-jitsu match. You really don't want to give up the 3. But if Ruby passes my guard and so maybe I turn into her and go to my knees, now I've given up no points. So if I can get to turtle when someone's passed my guard, that will save me giving up any points. And I can attack from turtle and get back to guard. So once again, there's another, you can roll in towards them like I did with Ruby. So Ruby passes again. Notice how I roll in towards her, scissor my legs and come up. And now there's no points. And I can even counter and come back to Rubes and attack back. Or, pass the same side again. Instead of turning in, I can also roll away and start attacking from turtle as well from here. So there's a few, and there's other ways to get to turtle as well. But once we're in turtle, we've got to make sure that we keep ourselves safe. So how do we do that? Rubes will do the turtle, so her knees are going to be nice and wide. Her elbows are on the inside, and you want everything to be as tight as you can. Firstly, knees are wide so she can't get pushed over, right? Now turn and face this way, yep. The next part you want to do with turtle is keep everything in, so there's no gaps. So you want to compress your whole body because you don't want someone to be able to anchor on you. So it's very hard for me to get a seat belt or anything on Rubes because she's got everything tight. If she had her elbows away and I can snatch up this, it's bad news. I can start attacking the back straight away. Ruby does not want that. So keep everything in tight from turtle. And that's a practice in itself. Maybe it's a mobility thing as well. So you've got to get used to it, knees wide and keeping everything in tight. Once you know how to, jump up for a sec. Once you know the turtle position and how to stay safe, you've got 2 movements we've got to get very good at, and it takes a little bit of practice. We'll do the easier one first. So let's say I'm on the bottom of turtle, and Ruby's on top of me, so her chest is on top of me. So we're here. So making sure everything's really tight. Now what I've got to do, I'm going to go back to guard. So even if my head's stuck under Ruby, Ruby's got all of her belly weight on me and I'm like this, this is, I can't just go forward. I can't sit up because, I'm bigger than Ruby, but it's still a lot of weight for me to be able to sit up. I can't sit up. So what I must do is stay low and put my head out to one side. See that? Or stay low and put my head out to the other side. Find daylight with your head first. Then, my head's at my right side, my left leg comes up. And then I pivot nice, and I keep weight on my ribs, it's fine. I pivot nice and low on my knee, and sit back to guard. Now I'm in a nice half guard. I can start attacking here. So once again, this is sitting to guard. I'm here with ribs. Everything's tight. My head pops out to the side or the other side. Whichever side my head pops out, the other leg comes up. So now my left leg's up here and I pivot on my knee, not lifting my head up. I can't sit up. So I've got to pivot on my knee and fall down. And this is a good guard here. I'm playing half guard. There's many attacks from this. So it's sat to guard from turtle. So we can you can get your parents to do it with you or a brother or sister, but you don't need anybody. What we can do is just do it solo by ourselves. Just jump out of the way for a sec, Rube. So we're here.
You just visualize everything's in nice and tight. You move your head to one side. So now my head's seeing daylight. My opposite leg stands up. So my foot's on the floor. And I just pivot so my head stays low. Keep your head low. Don't sit up yet. Keep your head low. See, I'm pivoting on my leg. Then I sit to guard. So once again, I'll do the other side. I'm in turtle. Everything's nice and tight. My head pops out. My other leg comes up. And I pivot so everything stays low. Fall into my butt. And then I'm playing this seated guard. Okay, so you can practice that by yourself many times over, but when you're doing it, picture it in your mind. Picture somebody on you and keeping your head low to the mat. You can't lift up, okay? So I'll do one more by myself and then one more with, at the end I'll do it with Ruby on top. So we're here, head out to the side, lift the leg up, pivot, and sit to guard. That's the first movement, sitting back. The next one, possibly a little bit more fun, is rolling. So if I'm on the bottom of Rubes and I've turned a turtle or whatever, and I'm here, for however I got here, I can roll. You must put your shoulder on the floor to whatever side they are. So Ruby's slightly to my left, slightly to my left. So whatever side Ruby's on, I put that shoulder to the mat. Maybe go around a little bit further too. Yeah, okay. So now, like she's right on my left side. See how my shoulder goes? So I'm looking away. Once I do this, I put my shoulder and I tuck my head into between my knees. And I roll across. And then I get the guard. So the secret to being good at this one, I'll do it by myself again and then we'll do it again at the end, Ruth. So we're here. That. I'm in turtle. Let's picture someone's on your, slightly to your left or right. That shoulder goes on the mat. But don't roll long. So if I was rolling long, see how my shoulder's out, how far away my shoulder's from my knees? This is not what we want. What we want is my shoulder and head going between my knees as much as your body will allow. So if I'm in turtle, I go here as I roll. So you've got to tuck up into a tiny little ball. So again, I'll do the other side. Shoulder on the mat, not out long. Has to be tucked in and your head comes in between your knees and you roll. You must be as tight, as compact as you can. So if I'm with Rubes again, Ruby's on, slightly on my side. So the way my mind works when I'm in a match, I think look away from it and roll. See my head comes in between my legs and then I go. If I try and roll too far, go again. If I don't tuck my head in, I'm like this. Look, I get stuck. Keep the same amount of weight. Look, I'm stuck because my shoulder's so far away. If I bring my shoulder under my legs, you roll nice and easy and you're back. So it's very important to learn how to roll like a tight little ball. So we've done the two main movements, sitting and rolling from turtle. You can practice this in your room by yourself, on a bit of carpet, a mat, out the backyard, a park, wherever you like. You could do it with anybody too. Someone who doesn't train jiu-jitsu, just ask them to put their weight on you and see if you can roll out. And practice this as many times as you like, and you've got to try and get tighter and tighter. Every time you roll, you make sure you catch them in between your legs. So now let's go this way. So Rubes is in front, maybe slightly on my right side. So here, so I'm nice and tight. Make sure when I put my shoulder on the floor, look away and roll, I catch Rubes in between my legs. And a lot of you guys that have been in class lately, a lot of the time you land in like a trap triangle. So if you get good at this, you can start to go from, defending your guard to throwing out some attacks from the rolling. You must learn how to roll. So once again, the movements by yourself are, you're in turtle, making sure your knees are wide and everything's tight. Sitting first, so your head goes out to the side, your foot comes up, and you pivot. And you sit to guard, picturing that you're keeping him in front. Easy. Or the rolling one. If you're by yourself, just make sure everything's tight. Put your shoulder on the mat. Tuck through, your head goes in between your knees. And you roll, making sure you catch them. Catch them in your guard. If you are lucky enough to have someone to train with, doesn't matter who, could be someone a bit bigger, could be someone a bit smaller, get them to put their weight on top. And always, with the sitting, stick your head out to the side to sit to guard. And with the rolling, look away and roll. So the final time with a partner, so if you have a brother or sister or mum and dad, just get to your turtle. Whatever side they are, look away and roll. Catch them in your legs. Or pop your head out to the light, so your head's out to the side. Make sure your head's free, don't sit like this because your neck gets hurt. Head out to the side, leg up and sit, and make sure again you capture in some sort of guard. This would be a half guard. You could go to your seated guard, wherever you like. Guys, this turtle guard, once you have confidence in playing this turtle posture, you can completely change your game, because even if someone does pass, maybe you made a mistake by trying to do a triangle or something, you can fall back to turtle and get back to your seated guard again, or what have you. You need to understand the art of using a turtle, because you'll be very limited until you do so. You might end up in turtle from trying to do a takedown and you fall on your belly. You need these movements from turtle. Please practice them as much as you can. Before long, we'll be back on the mats, rolling and training and competing again. Until then, use your time wisely. Use these body movements. I'll see you soon, guys.